Yeah. So okay, it's you and Devin. How do y'all form the Odd Squad?
Uh, we started hanging out, and he used to always keep telling me about his friend, his homeboy that rap with him. He's like, man, I got a homeboy partner, man. He gotta come over, man. He ain't gonna believe this. And I'll never forget, he had him on speakerphone, and he finally had caught up with him. He was like, man, you still rapping? He was like, because Dev had been out of town for a minute. He had went back to East Texas for a minute. And then basically what I found out, he was pretty much fresh back into the city. When I met him, he hadn't been back long.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, man, I'm back, man. I'm rapping. I met this nigga, man. This is blind nigga. He making beats. And he was like, get the fuck out of here. So for months, he kept trying to get him to come over because he was basically like, he didn't believe him. Jug didn't believe him. He was just like, man, you still doing this rap shit, man? Like, for real?
Yeah.
Like, you want to try this shit again? He was like, man, we gonna do it. It's gonna happen. He believed in it. I still hadn't wrapped my head around it yet. I was just like having fun to have some new friends. This dude was almost like my brother now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He turning me on shit, teaching me how to talk to girls, the whole nine.
Yeah.
You know, he was just real.
Are you fully blind at this point?
No,
or are you still kind of?
No, just I had the big giant. Remember them big old glasses I used to have?
I remember
Big
Carlos
Coke
said
bottles?
when he met you, you would go to Soundwaves and you had the glasses when he met
Yeah,
you.
Marvin Zindler glasses.
Yeah, I had the
Those
So
big red.
yeah, they had the tint, but I was losing my sight. It was going. So yeah, man. So back then, he finally came over, and then once he got a hold of it, he kind of jumped on board. Now, the Odd Squad, the name came from Devin's brother. Came later after us making some cassette tapes, just little demos, freestyling, basically.
Okay.
I'll just make the.
Were y'all doing anything with him, or this was just
No. This is strictly for us to just. We was getting a kick out of just hearing ourselves.
Yeah.
On cassettes. So
What are y'all listening to around this time too?
So yeah, by then I was an avid. Going to the record store was like the thing. Going to buy a record. So any and everything that was coming out of New York for sure, and the West Coast. So the NWAs. I would always go to Soundwaves. Carlos would put me on whatever's new from Skinny Boys, Jungle Brothers. You name it. All the we was
DMC,
we was up to
Beastie
date.
Boys.
We was up to date.
Just whatever, 87, 88, 89, whatever releases were
I go up there, be
heavy.
like,
All the profile, anything on Profile Records.
Yeah.
I go to Carlos, yo,
Run
what's
DMC,
hot?
Run DMC, yeah.
What's hot? What we need?
So Carlos, what's your impression of Rob when he's coming in and he's buying these records and all that?
Well, I mean, he was just a customer.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
cool because he would come with his mom.
Right.
And he would come in and ask, hey, what's hot? And, that was kind of like the norm for me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
wanted to know.
comes ask you, yeah, what's hot?
Right, because, before, remember I told you that the hip-hop was mixed in with the R&B. So what I did is I separated that.
Right.
And then that way, because a lot of times there was groups like, who is it? Sometimes, I mean, I knew most of them, but there was groups like, oh, wow, who is this? And I would find out because they would all be meshed in.
Right.
But, that's I mean, he was just a customer. And, I mean, what, weekly, every other week? I mean,
Every other week or so, yeah.
So at that point, he was real cool. I didn't even know he did music at that point.
I didn't
Until
even know
later
Carlos
on.
did either. Actually, what was cool, you used to give me, I guess, the demos,
Promos?
the promos. Yeah, you would give me the
wax
promos.
and tapes.
So
I don't- yeah.
Yeah, I would have a bunch of promos of like kind of like unknown groups.
Right. The crazy part, it was so early. They didn't have. I don't even think they had. Maybe they did, but hip hop wasn't even on CD at that point. It was wax.
Not at all. And
It was
cassette.
all most of it was independent. It was. I mean, I remember when the Beatles were like a big deal. Like, oh, they're gonna be on CD.
Yeah.
Big lines. So that's what I'm saying. That's the Beatles. The hip hop was way. They were thinking it was like a fad.
Yeah, they thought that was going.
Yeah, but I gave away a bunch of stuff, man. Those promos, we had stacks of that stuff. Like, here, man.
Yeah, no,
This is
that was
real
dope.
cool, man. I just throw it like, here, man. Just check these out.
Yeah, like I go in there and buy 2 things and leave out with 6 things.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yo.
So y'all are y'all obviously are building a relationship around this time over time. I'm
Right.
just trying to figure out when Carlos comes into the picture with the Odd Squad.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this. I remember. Let's see. Oh, I
It was just
remember.
the initial meeting, and I guess we got to talking at Soundwaves. Maybe I think you invited me.
No,
or
no,
I
no, no, no,
invited
no,
you
no.
to my apartment, right, or something. Or one
Right,
of the two.
right. Cause me and I think it was a chick I was dating from
Right,
school.
right.
School
In the
brought me
Southwest.
over. Yeah, she brought me over, and man, that fucked me up, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. When I came to your room, I was like, oh, this
Yeah,
dude.
because I had all the wax. I
is
was DJing at this point.
fucking
Yeah.
The
for
break
real.
dancing, I had already stopped break dancing
It
at
didn't.
that point.
It didn't hit me that you was like real deep or seriously legit, a real DJ. So I came over and you showed me you flex your skills, and your room was fucking nothing but a record store and turntables and shit with the drum machine, and you fucking start cutting. I was like, oh shit,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
a real fucking DJ right
So
here.
so tell me about
Real DJ.
because Carlos didn't talk a whole lot about just how hard he was going. Talk about how hard Carlos was going.
Oh man, he
with
was
the
up
DJing.
on all the fucking scratch. He was doing fucking transforming. The transforming was huge back then because Jazzy Jeff was doing.
I mean,
yeah,
the Transformer scratch, like that was like, wow, what is that? Like, you know, because 1 minute we're like trying to figure out what is scratching.
scratch was.
Right.
Now
And
we
then
got
we
types.
hear this like this Transformer or something. I was like, what in the hell is going on? What is that?
and he
How
could
does
do all that shit.
Yeah, at that point I figured, you know. I
And you
found
had
out
the
how
big
to-
gold chain with your name plate on it, man. I was like,
Rings
oh
and everything.
fuck. I was like, man, it's a real b-boy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, dude, I was living it, man.
Nah, yeah, you
I
was
in
living it. You
I
was living it
hip-hop
for real,
to
bro.
the fullest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
That's all
doubt.
I did every day. I mean, that's all I thought about.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, went to work and I was like a dream job working at the record store.
yeah.
You know, with all the music and it was just
And
then
I,
the club is right across the street, the Rhinestone
Yeah,
Wrangler. It's like
yeah.
I'm like in the epicenter of
Right,
hip hop
right.
for the city of
Did you ever go to the
Houston.
Rhinestone?
I don't think Rob.
oh yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah, you ever went to
no,
Rhinestone?
I don't think.
You ever go there? I don't think you ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Later on, we would, afterwards.
yeah, we fucking
would go
doing
out. But in the early days, I don't think.
Nah,
I don't think
nah,
your
I wasn't
mom
go-
would-
yeah, I
You
wasn't
sure?
going
I
out.
thought your mom dropped you off once. I don't
Nah,
know.
I mean, I didn't start doing club shit until Dev, until we
Right.
started hanging out. And he'd be like, man, let's go over here and fuck with some hoes or something, That was later.
yeah. So all right. So you meet Carlos. You know what I mean. After you go to his crib, you see he's nice on the turntables and shit.
So during that time, I was in school still. So I was up at Prairie View, and I met D. LaTroy, which is in a group with Def Jam Blaster, and I met one of the kids from Ideal back then up at school.
Ideal, the singing group.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Wayne, I met him up at Prairie View, but of course I didn't know nothing about none of
Right.
none of these groups had formed yet.
Right. Right.
We just
Y'all just kids.
yeah, man. So Dev and them, we had, basically during that time, after that meeting with Carlos, I think some kind of way I ended up telling Dev and the other guys about him. And I think he came over, visited one day, and he left a crate of records. He was like, man, no. Take that back. By this time, I got a sampler, like a real keyboard, an Ensoniq EPS. And this was during the time I was kind of going back and forth from school, so this had to be like 90 now.
Right.
Yeah, this is like 90, 91 now. So, I remember he left a crate of records, and by this time, he had come over and met Devin. I think he had at least heard Dev rap, because the thing was Devin. I was like, man, this dude is...
So from the jump, you knew this guy's
Oh,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah. I knew he was the one. And I
Yeah.
knew Carlos was live, too, because I was like, man, that's our DJ, and we got the rapper. When
Yeah.
we make some beats,
Yeah, yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
This is going to be phenomenal. I know it will. So, by this time, Dev and them used to visit up at Prairie View with me, and it kind of was getting serious. We was making some demos that was kind of it's starting to make sense now. So after I want to say my first semester into my sophomore year, I came home. I was like,
Yeah.
I told moms, you know, I was like, I think we got something. I gotta see this through first. And we did a demo. We did a 4-song demo. By this time, while I was in school, Dev and them started attending the Art Institute.
Okay.
They started going for recording engineering.
No shit.
Yeah. They did like maybe 2 semesters there. And, you know, of course, with the financial aid and all that, it got expensive and they couldn't pay for it no more. So they dropped out. And they was basically like, what we going to do? So we, through their connections at the Art Institute, we made a demo with this kid. He had a reel-to-reel, an 8-track reel-to-reel.
DB.
Yeah, DB, David Blair.
Who was David Blair?
It's a guy they met at Art Institute.
Okay.
Wherever David Blair is.
Engineer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And after we did that, I used my connections from a kid, D. LaTroy, rest in peace, that I met in Prairie View. Of course, his DJ is Def Jam Blaster.
Dealer Troy, was he in a group No Dos with him?
Yes, right.
No Dos.
So
Right.
so one of
That's
the
right.
guys on the show, he is married. His wife is that guy's sister.
Dealer Troy's sister?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Shout
Nice.
out to Kendra and my boy Lean. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, D. LaTroy. That's my guy, Damien.
Yeah, that Damien.
Yeah, man. So, I was like, hey, you know, so he was like, man, I got a guy, man. His name is Crazy C. Yeah, man, I'll pass it on to him. So, ended up getting it, the tape to Crazy C. Actually, we made a whole, what was the thing that we used to do? Get the little tape with the, get the folder with your
Yeah,
picture. What is it called?
little,
A press kit? Is that
Yeah,
what
like
it's
a
called?
press kit with the picture.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
the
bio.
bio.
Yeah.
But
We
it was
did
some ghetto ass.
Of course, but hey,
I
listen.
had it, Rob, for years and I just lost it. But
And it,
I do have, and even the tape, I do have a copy of it. Oh, and before I forget, can you tell them the story on that demo tape?
oh yeah.
DJ Screw.
So yeah, the guy that was kind of helping
I'm
us
glad you brought that up, Carlos.
was kind of assisting us with that. We needed you know, for the demo
DJ to scratch.
yeah, and
And
so
again, I wasn't available. I had to work.
right,
So
right.
They had. Oh, watch it, bro. And so they. I don't know. I mean, tell them. I don't know how that
Right.
came
Well,
to be.
so basically, what it was like, okay, we needed these cuts. We had the ideas and everything, and so he's like, man, I got a DJ that could fill in. I'm gonna go get him, and he brought him back. So it was young DJ Screw, and at the time, Dev used to tease him because he was like the name. I don't know if you remember that Mark for Death movie, the Steven Seagal was a character on there. They called him, said Screwface. So
Okay.
Dev
Making-
used to tease him. Be like, man, what kind of name is Screw, man? You Screwface. And he kept fucking with Screw. His name is DJ Screw. Nigga, I ain't no Screwface.
And what year is this?
Man, this had to be like 90.
So he's not making the
88,
slow down
89.
shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He's just like a club DJ or
Yeah,
something.
he was a real DJ.
Yeah.
Real
DJ.
DJ. Cut. You know, he is a real DJ.
Yeah,
he
for
was
sure.
a real DJ.
Yeah, for sure.
And so man, he came to the studio and did the cuts. He killed it. Killed it. Like hey, we was like, yes, man. Gave that tape in. I mean, I'm talking about within a few days, man. Fucking Jay called the nigga.
Called you.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was this call?
Man, he said he liked it. He wanted to come by and holler at us. Came to my mama house in 3rd Ward, pulled up,
Huh.
came in, sat down in the room with us. Yeah. And I mean, the rest is history.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
What's
just like
what's
that.
y'all impression of like, oh my God, Jay Prince? How y'all feeling?
I mean, well, we didn't, you know, he didn't, that allure or whatever, that, you know, we was just like, man, it's coming true. Here come the Cadillac and record deal, you know, all that. Like literally, like we about to sign a record deal.
yeah.
Well, we're
Yeah.
all green. We
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
things, you know, over, you know, just through just
Yeah.
reading and people like, oh man. But,
I
know,
tell you some monumental shit. This is, I remember this like, and you know, we laugh about it to this day. I remember, you know, after we talked and everything, and man, shout out to Lil J, man. That's my guy, man. I love Lil J, James Prince. Yes, man. I don't know what made me do this. I said, man, I heard y'all be fucking people.
No shit.
No, I swear to God. I said this. Everybody kind of like, Arr? And he was like, man, he said, listen, let me tell you something. This is a game where what you don't know will hurt you. I can't fuck you. Only you can fuck you. And that stuck with me. That was real game right there.
Wow.
That was real. Now, I ain't gonna even call it game. That's
real just some
knowledge.
real shit. Yeah.
Real knowledge.
Yeah.
That's in any business.
In any business.
Yeah.
This is a game where what you don't know, it'll hurt you.
It's so real that you said that you first of all jumped out there and said that shit.
No.
And then he turns around and tells you the realest shit like, hey man, this is what it is.
This is what it is. This is a business. This is not the record game. It is the record business.
Yeah. This ain't the record friend.
And I love Lil J for that.
That's wow.
I really do. And you know what I'm saying? And
this
because
is
of him,
this is in y'all meeting.
Yeah,
when
in
he
my
comes-
room, in my mama house, in my room.
Yeah.
Sitting on my futon with my EPS and my house speakers, and we all sitting around. We had been drinking and smoking. By this time, I'm hitting the weed hard. Then, you know, we and I don't know. I mean, I just said it. I just felt what I was like. I mean, you know, I didn't feel no kind of way. I was just, hey, I heard that, you know. And listen, man, we wouldn't be here and doing the stuff that we doing right now, man. He gave us the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I understood everything that went along with it.